Oh, but wait, you're going to say, yeah, the Romans may have destroyed and scattered to the wind the final remnants of Isaac's, Israel's offspring by destroying the second temple and just telling them to leave, you're never coming back. But what about the people the Jews who never left Babylon? Well, as we know, Babylon became Iraq, and, 600 and something 600 and something Christian era. Yeah, the Islamics took over what is now Baghdad. I know Babylon was not Baghdad, but it was close. So, what happened? You say, gosh, the fate that the Jews in the descendants of Judah, when they returned, they just wound up in a total fucking tug of war with the Romans, and that was something they were never gonna win. But yeah, you'll say, and because my argument is, the people who control Israel today have nothing to do with, they have no lineage with the people of Isaac. And I'm careful now. In my previous uploads, I've been saying Isaac and Abraham. Well, Abraham's offspring is probably, 90% of it is not Jews. Abraham's offspring is Ishmaelites, for one, who, became Muslims, but, almost a fucking 1,000 years later, but nonetheless. So, these people who took over Israel in 1948 who claim, even if they can claim they have some kind of DNA genetic, they could trace it all back, right? So can, millions of other people on planet Earth, because they could trace it back to Abraham as well, who are not Jews and never were. It all depended on Isaac. So I don't know how you come up with that DNA.
Learning and
because I know
Baghdad became a city.
I know the same thing's been done with Ghengis Khan, ironically enough, because that's who we're talking about. Because Genghis Khan, impregnated and, had, 50,000, 25,000, he sired 25,000 kids with a multitude of women. And I'm sure his army were able to impregnate hundreds of, if not thousands of women also. So here it is. So this, when Babylon, Nebuchadnezzar took them out, and 90% of them stayed in Babylon, which became Mesopotamia, which became what is now Iraq, Baghdad, and then 700 years. The year 700, the Islam conquers that area, but by 1258, here comes Genghis Khan, right? And we all know the story of Genghis Khan and the Mongols. It's not complicated. They raped, pillaged, and murdered their way all the way to Europe. And when they came through Iraq, that's what they did. And this idea that somehow these Babylonian exiled Jews, these descendants of Judah, somehow maintain their racial purity is it's laughable, right? So throw that right out the window. That's gone. All right, and I will continue, because as we move further and further into the modern era, you're going to see that there's really no Jews left on planet Earth that can trace a bloodline back to Isaac, not Abraham, because remember that's obfuscation, because Abraham's offspring is primarily non-Jews, right? Just like Genghis Khan. I mean, the guy literally had, I don't know, I don't even want to guess, 25,000, illegitimate children. This shit gets crazy. Again, my point is simply this. The people who took that country over in 1948 and made it, it was all done through fairy tales and lies, deception, corruption. They are not who they say they are. And I'm going to stand behind that all through this video and the next one.